awesome weekend for us lightweights. We really, shook up the division. It's really going to make the UFC, the matchmakers, come together and come up with some ideas, man. There's a lot of options. Yeah, I saw they moved Dustin ahead of me in the rankings. Deservedly so. He's 1, I'm 2. Charles is 3, Chandler's 4. No matter what, I got to get my revenge on Poirier. So I'm gonna make it there, no matter how I got to get there.
What were your takeaways of the fight itself? Like particularly Conor. That's kind of what a lot of people are talking about now is his performance, and we haven't seen him a whole lot over the last few years. What was your take on his performance?
Yeah, he's not wrong. Being out that long has got to be detrimental to a lot of things. A lot of things that he's great at, which are timing, distance, and the thirst for carnage. Coach told me he's going to take my silk sheets away after that fight because that's why that happened. It's probably the truth.
Do you consider Conor still elite? Like when you're thinking about yourself, Dustin, Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler now. Do you think that Conor is still in that group, or do you think that that's?
I do. I think
he's not there anymore.
Yeah, his skills. A fight's a fight, man. Sometimes you get knocked out, sometimes you lose, sometimes you get your ass whooped. I didn't think he was getting his ass whooped the whole first round. I thought he looked good. Fight, and yeah, I think he's fighting the best in the world. Dustin's great, man. Dustin, and again, a lefty versus a lefty, that's something that he is not used to. I don't even know another lefty that he's fought in the UFC. Another southpaw. So I don't know. Those are all factors. I think he's an elite fighter. What do they got him ranked at 6? I don't think. I think he should be ahead of Tony in the rankings. But for him to come out and say he wants a title shot next to rematch versus Poirier and his coach, they're idiots. He's been treated special over and over and over, and he didn't capitalize on this opportunity. That event was for him. That event was for him to win. And he wants to be Mr. Humble now, but he would be if he would have won that fight. So I don't feel bad for him. I'm happy for Poirier. I'm happy Poirier went out there and did his job, finished him. I love seeing a loudmouth kid knocked out. There's nothing that makes me happier. Seeing a piece, get put down. That was great. I loved it.
Ladies and gentlemen, fresh off one of the best days of my entire life, then I get a personal congratulations from one of the greatest men to ever do it, the man, the myth, the legend, Rick Flair.
I'm on it.
I appreciate you, Rick.
I'm on our man Michael. Woo!
What?
Styling and profiling now.
Yo, styling and profiling, man. Rolex wearing. God, man, it just is just living a dream, man. I appreciate you, Rick. I really do.
Even really been able to show the world my skill at all, and that's what's funny about this is I've been in the ring for like 5 minutes in the past year. Like I've only fought for a total of 5 minutes, so people don't even know what I do or how I fight at all. I haven't been able to show my inside game. I haven't even been able to show my combinations because these guys are just going down with one punch. So I'm excited. People are gonna be shocked. They're gonna themselves.
Where will you train for this fight? I understand you moved from LA, right? You talked about the distractions there. You needed to get away. Will you go back to Big Bear? Are you going to be somewhere else?
We're here in Miami training. I wanted to channel Masvidal's energy since he's in Florida. I wanted to link up with Masvidal.
Will you?
Yeah, Yeah, I'm linking up with Masvidal tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna help me train for this fight, and hopefully I can knock Ben out faster than Masvidal did. I know seems like a lofty goal, but if I can get under 4.9 seconds, then I can break his record.
Are you surprised that the UFC allowed Ben to take this fight? He's under contract with them. They had to give him the okay. Are you surprised they did so?
Yeah, I am a little bit. I think when Ben loses, it's going to be a bad reflection on the UFC and the MMA community in general. And I can only imagine how much Dana White hates me. So, but I do know that this could be good for them as well. So I don't know what their game plan is or whatever, but I am surprised that they let him out of his contract for sure.
Would you entertain the idea, if you're Dustin Poirier, of finally fighting Nathan Diaz? Remember, they were supposed to fight at UFC 230. That fight fell through. You came in and fought Derek Lewis. Nate, not in the past, not very clear about what he wants. On Sunday, he was very clear about what he wants. He said, "Let's run it." What do you think? Do you entertain that or no?
If I'm Dustin Poirier and I'm just looking to make the most money I can, I'm fighting Conor or Nate. Yeah. All the rest of these dudes, I'm not fighting. I want to fight Conor McGregor or I want to fight Nathan Diaz. If I'm Dustin Poirier.
But number one is Conor.
Those are the two matchups that I'm looking for. The two biggest stars in the division, I want to be standing across the octagon from one of them. So what's kind of odd? It's like Dustin fought that fight. Did he ever say Khabib's name? Did he say anything about Khabib in the post fight?
Well, I think he said that he considers himself the champion and all that because he's done. Chandler talked about Khabib, saying that he has the skills. And
very crazy though, because you should be like, you would think that he would have said something about him, like,
What are you implying? You implying he doesn't want him?
No, I'm not implying that he doesn't want him. I just was wondering because I never even thought about that. Right, I went right to thinking everybody else, and maybe my mind's set to Khabib's done. That's why I'm kind of like, it's been in the back of my mind.
He's done. Let's just leave him alone. The guy's.
It's very surprising that he never even called for that, or Conor did, right? Conor was like, if he wants to take the shots, I'll fight him,
Well, because he was responding to tweets. Khabib, got some shots in. The one thing that he was wrong about was Conor hasn't changed his team. Like, that's the one thing you could say about the guy is that he has the same guys. In fact, he brought his, boxing coach from when he was 10. But, Conor was responding to that. Here's what's fun. Here's the one thing that's really fun. So remember, we talked going in. Michael Chandler and Dan Hooker are in prime real estate spot. If you do the right thing, you could fight the winner of this main event. Well, guess what? Chandler wins, says, surprise, surprise, I'm here and all that stuff. And then Dustin Poirier is asked about Michael Chandler. And did you see the way in which Dustin Poirier no-sold him, saying that he would not entertain that fight? And initially, I think a lot of people were surprised. Like, wait, are they friends? Are they former teammates? They're none of the above. Do you want to know my theory on that? Why he's not? Why? Because he was very assertive when it came to Chandler. There's one scene that was posted online of him doing the whole takedown thing, the wrestling pose, the wrestling stance. But here's the thing. Here's the part that I think people have forgotten. Listen to this. This will be a fun build-up and a fun fight. I just don't know if it happens next. Dana even alluded to the fact that he would like to see it Poirier versus Chandler. Yeah. Remember back in September, October, they're trying to do Dustin Poirier versus Tony Ferguson October 24th. Remember, they had failed negotiations with Dustin Poirier.
And they went to Chandler, right?
Went to Chandler to make the Ferguson fight. Remember, Ferguson said, no, I'm going to stick with my guy, Dustin Poirier.
And Dustin and Chandler almost agreed, didn't they?
And then they went to Dustin and said, hey, why don't you fight Chandler? And he said, no, I'm going to stick to my guns. I want to get paid X amount to fight Tony Ferguson. I think, and I haven't talked to Dustin yet, but I do believe. And then what happened? Michael Chandler became the backup fighter for the title fight and was parading around as the new toy. I believe that Dustin Poirier, the man of integrity that he is, does not like that in that instance, for lack of a better term, Michael Chandler acted as the scab. He was the guy who broke up the negotiations, and I think that pissed him off, and I think he is staying true.
That might be why he's like that.
What about that?
Yeah,
I think that if that bothered him, that ruffled a lot of feathers. A lot of people were like, how dare you?